We're gonna react to a video called with Carl Joss about this streamer called Fake Ultra Blindfold Run. Oh sorry, no, sorry. There's the first part of the video is it says it was a fake Blindfold Run, from Monster Hunter, one of the hardest monsters of all time. We're not gonna watch this, but say because I watched this already, like off stream, so I can't watch it because that'll be not authentic reaction, which is kind of weird to say, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is the first part. And then she made a second part, Queen Panzalot, and she still got a lot of hate for some reason. But she did another blindfold run and addressing the accusation that her run wasn't fake. Now, Carl Jobs has jumped in the fray, and he made a video too. So we're gonna watch that video since I watched the other two videos. So this one right here is gonna be a blind reaction. And see what the hell's going on. Why fake a react? Why fake a run? Or why is everybody like so paranoid lately? Let's find out.
You absolute legends. War. War never changes. And neither does pretending to play a video game blindfolded for clout. It's a tale as old as time, and 60% of the time, it works every time. In theory, it's the perfect plan. First, cover your eyes with a thin sheet of material. Thin being the key word. I can't stress enough that if the material is too thick, you won't be able to see, which will make it very hard to play the game. Then, you pretend to do something that otherwise wouldn't take much skill. For example, beat Super Mario 64 or beat one relatively difficult boss. Once completed, and this step is also quite critical, pretend to act surprised. You really want to milk this part as much as possible. Talk about how much you can't believe it and how nervous you are. Finally, post a clip of your achievement to the subreddit of a popular streamer. Preferably one who doesn't know much about blindfolded runs and wouldn't immediately know it's obviously fake. If you're lucky, they'll watch it on stream. And if your plan has come this far, congratulations. You're now internet famous. Your feat will go down in history as one of the all-time greats. However, I must warn you, this plan comes with great risk. If your fake run gets too popular, it may be seen by someone who actually knows a thing or two about blindfolded speedrunning. And if this happens, you're absolutely screwed.
Wait, hold up. Did he saw the update video too? Like the part 2 of this? Because he should not skip that part.
Now, you're internet famous for a different reason. And before you know it, obscure speedrunning channels are making videos about you, racking up millions of views. Today, we will be looking at the streamer Queen Panzalot, who recently faked a blindfolded takedown of the dragon Alatreon in the game Monster Hunter World. Unfortunately for Queen Panzalot, she didn't do her research, because what she produced was one of the most unrealistic fakes I've ever seen. In today's video, we are going to take a look at her run, and I'll explain why it's fake. And if you've never tried to do a blindfolded run before, you'd probably miss this one crucial detail that makes her gameplay simply impossible. And while you're here, please do me a favor and subscribe. I am dangerously close to 1 million subs, and it would mean a lot. I really hope you enjoy. Now, legends, it was Valentine's Day yesterday, so naturally, me and my lovely wife went out for dinner. Anyone who knows me knows I like to have a drink, so of course, I decided to wet my whistle. I didn't want to feel miserable the next day though, which is why I started the night with today's video sponsor, ZBiotics. ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to help you feel better in the morning after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct that is a major contributing factor to feeling rough the next day. ZBiotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make ZBiotics your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. Look, I love to drink, but I'm also a very busy guy. I can't be spending my Sunday recovering on the couch. That's why I've been using ZBiotics to try and feel as good as I can the next day. Go to zbiotics.com/CarlJobs or scan the QR code on screen to get 15% off your first order when you use CarlJobs at checkout. You can also sign up for a subscription using my code so you can stay prepared no matter the time.
You know, I don't really actually know the origin of wet my whistle. But it means to have a drink. For me, I thought it's like get his something has to do with his pee pee. You know what I mean? Valentine, because I heard Valentine's Day drinking, so I'm like, all right, man, that guy got laid. I don't know, like, you know, he had a great time. I don't know, like.
time or occasion. ZBiotics also comes with a 100% money back guarantee, so if you're not happy for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Again, just click the link in the description and use code KyleJobs for 15% off. Trying to convincingly fake a blindfolded run of anything is extremely difficult. Until you actually sit down for hours trying to do something without looking, it's almost impossible to truly understand the hurdles and problems you're going to face. This is why when someone does pretend to play without looking, it's usually immediately apparent it's not legitimate. People who don't do enough research...
I remember we watched this, no, we didn't watch this video. It was before I was in reactions, I believe. I watched this video. Yeah, this guy, like, faked a blindfold run. He said he was just joking. It was making for fun. But it was already like too late at that point.
Into blindfolded runs, or who haven't really spent a lot of time doing them, don't know what is or isn't possible, and they don't know what is or isn't reasonable. One trap people can easily fall into is assuming that if you've practiced something a lot in general, that means you might be able to do it blindfolded. But this is far from true. Ask any world-class speedrunner, and they will tell you that it doesn't matter how much you practice something with your eyes open, doing it blind is a totally different beast. The streamer we are looking at today, Queen Ponsalot, didn't understand this concept. When it comes to the game Monster Hunter, she's an expert, and she's especially good at battling the monster Alatreon, which is one of the hardest fights in the game. She has killed it over 4,500 times, and she even calls herself the Alatreon Queen. She's definitely skilled at this fight, and she assumed that because she's good at this fight, it's plausible that she could do it blindfolded. And if she did do it blindfolded, that'd be really cool. Difficult gaming feats can get a huge amount of attention on YouTube or Reddit, so there is definitely a lot of incentive to do them. The 12th of January would be the day it happened. Queen Ponsalot had been practicing, and she was ready to blow the world away. Now, I'm going to give you a huge spoiler warning. If you don't want to know how this story ends, please stop watching now. But the big M. Night Shyamalan twist is that she can actually see through her blindfold. I mean, even we can see through her blindfold.
Okay, hold up, wait a minute. Carl Jobs, did he made a boo-boo? Did he not see the updated video?
When she puts it on or takes it off, we can quite literally see straight through it. Yeah, this is why whenever you go to fake blindfold school, they teach you on day one never to put a light source directly behind you. When she puts the blindfold on, she does it very carefully, making sure that there is only one thin layer of fabric between her eyes and the monitor. You can even prove this to yourself by pulling your shirt over your eyes, and you'll see that you can easily see straight through it. Before she even starts playing, we already know this is fake. Her gameplay, however, is so unrealistic, it's shocking that anyone ever took this seriously. Queen Ponsalot is a comic book superhero. She is the living incarnation of the Marvel character Daredevil. Just by sound alone, she knows exactly where Alatreon is at all times. And going further, not only does she know where Alatreon is, she knows exactly where its head is. Normally, in blindfolded runs, people will use the lock-on feature to face enemies. With lock-on, the game automatically faces you towards the monster, so it eliminates all of the guesswork. And honestly, with lock-on, Alatreon isn't a hard fight to do blindfolded. It's been done before. But Queen Ponsalot doesn't use lock-on at all. Instead, she just freeballs the entire fight. There's a good reason she doesn't use lock-on actually, and that's because if she used the automatic aiming function, she wouldn't be able to target Alatreon's head. And she needs to hit the head in order to do enough damage with the weapon and strategy she's using. Queen Ponsalot claims that by using directional sound, she can locate the position of the dragon. And it's true that humans can determine the general direction a sound comes from, and even to an extent, the distance. But there is a reason Daredevil is a superhero with his ability to locate things using sound. It's because humans can't do that effectively or reliably. We aren't bats or dolphins. When it comes to blindfolded gaming, this has been tried and tested for decades. It's simply not possible, and no one can do it. Blindfolded gamers do not rely upon sound in this way. They always use consistent setups or automatic aiming functions. It would be difficult enough using real sound in the real world, let alone the less precise inputs from a video game played through headphones. And yet, what's super interesting is that the true extent of just how unfeasible this task is will be lost on 99% of viewers. Many people instinctively know that humans can't pinpoint things using sound in this way. But they do know that it's theoretically possible possible to have some idea about what's going on. We know that if we hear something in our left ear more than our right ear, we know the sound is coming from the left. So when we watch this gameplay, it obviously looks unrealistic, but we can understand why someone might think it's possible to do. But there is something far more egregious going on here in this gameplay that almost everyone will miss, and it's hidden in plain sight. While everyone is debating the feasibility of locating where the monster is using sound, Queen Ponzelot is doing something far more impossible that you probably didn't even consider. I'm going to show you some clips and try to identify what the problem is.
Okay, here's the problem. She made an updated video on this.
This is the only time you can break its horns. Disrupt its control over the elements.
If he brings up this part right here, it's gonna be like, oh, for sure address that.
I've selected some extreme examples here to highlight what's going on, but it's important to know that Queen Ponzelot is doing this constantly at all times, to some extent, probably without even realizing it. In the clips I showed, she entered the menu to use an item, and in doing so, accidentally tilted the camera to face upwards. She doesn't always tilt the camera when using items, but in these particular cases, she did. Immediately after exiting the menu, she fixes the camera, moving it back to a more neutral position. This isn't something that is specific to her blindfolded runs either. This is a habit that she has even when she can see. It's so habitual that she kept doing it blindfolded, not realizing that you need to see in order to know you've done this. This is a problem, because there is no reliable audio cue that tells you where you're facing on the vertical axis. Why did she know she was facing up? How did she know how much she was facing up? How did she fix her camera?
Yeah, but let's be real. Who are you gonna believe, the liar or the person who calls out fake speedruns for a living? But here's the thing. Like, I understand, like, Carl Jobs is the known person who calls out fake speedruns. Like, that's like his biggest content ever. But she made a part 2 of kind of like it. I just wonder if she. Okay. There is an up. He has the update video on there. Okay, I just fast forward a little bit. Like, I looked the screenshots. Okay. All right, let's see. Cause I'm gonna be honest, man. Carl Jobs got me like, hey, man. Like, she had a, like, she did an update video on it. So okay, he is gonna talk about that. All right, cool.
Perfectly and so quickly. How is she able to do this over and over and over again? The fact that you can't tell whether you're looking up or down actually ends up being a bigger problem than locating the enemy on the horizontal axis. There is no reason or mechanism that explains why she's able to keep the camera in a neutral vertical position the entire fight. You can easily test this yourself. Jump into a game and close your eyes. Then randomly scramble the camera position. Then try to use the audio cues to get your vertical alignment back to neutral. Open your eyes and see how close you were. You'll find that you can't do this reliably, if at all. If you do manage to do this 1,000 times in a row, like Queen Ponzelot, congratulations, you are a literal superhero. Again, this is a problem that has been faced before, and anyone who has or will ever try to do this will always end up looking at the floor or looking straight up. There is a way to center the camera and put it back to neutral by pressing a button, similar to pressing Z in Ocarina of Time, but Queen Ponzelot never uses this, and always moves the camera with her mouse. I'm guessing she was so focused on trying to make her horizontal movement believable that she never even considered the vertical movement and just did it without thinking, but it's flat out impossible. The irony is that when using the greatsword, looking up or down achieves nothing. It does.
In the other video, they didn't talk about that. They talk about, like, the first video, the first streamer to call him, the first content creator to call her out was more of like the blindfold, and she could like see, like this, like she could see this. You can see like there's some holes in the eyes. I mean, there's holes in the hands. Like she could see like little parts of the game. So that was like the first thing, and then they brought up camera issues with her. How like she corrected her camera too fast. Another part was they even brought up a blind speedrunner in and said, yeah, it looks a little bit weird. So I don't. And then she did an update video, which it looked pretty convincing, but I guess it's gonna be questioned again for obvious reasons.
Doesn't let you hit higher, and it doesn't change your weapon range. The only reason to keep the camera in a neutral position would be to keep the enemy on screen, which is pointless if you're blindfolded. If you were interested in keeping the camera in a neutral position, you can simply turn off the ability to look up or down in the game settings, which is probably a good idea if you're running this blindfolded. But of course, Queen Pwnsalot doesn't do this, and just magically knows where she is looking at all times. After she did her solo effort, about a week later, she would don the blindfold again, and this time beat Alatreon in a 4v1 group attempt. This one didn't go up on her YouTube channel and wasn't shared around, so you probably didn't hear about it, but it's even more insane. Now she has
It's
3
more
other
insane?
team members all making sounds too, but she's able to perfectly
what?
distinguish the dragon's sounds and know its location without any problems. Her hearing is so good, in fact, that she can even tell who the dragon is targeting with its attacks. Take this sequence, for example. She expertly dodges this attack when
Okay, this is a good part right here, guys. This is a good part of the video for me because I watched the first part of like, okay, like this look weird, this look weird. The second part, again, I'm not a blind speedrunner. I'm not an expert, so it looked convincing to me. So did I get bamboozled by Queen Pwnsalot? I think I did, guys. I think I did. Damn.
Alatreon swipes at her, an attack that doesn't even have a sound cue you can use to know it's coming. But when it turns to attack the other players, she doesn't dodge at all and even knows where the attack is going. She follows it perfectly with her camera as it's happening. She's good, man. She's real good. And she can even play like this with other monsters too. So this isn't just her being really good with Alatreon, she can do this against any opponent. She legitimately has a superpower, and scientists need to study this woman's hearing as soon as possible. On the 2nd of February, Queen Pwnsalot posted the clip of her first Alatreon blindfolded victory to her YouTube channel. A couple of days later, one of her fans posted it to the asmongold subreddit, at which time one of her Discord moderators tagged everyone in her Discord, telling them to upvote the post. This message is amazing. Attention everyone, this is a call to arms. Our queen needs you to go and upvote the video so that asmongold watches it. Comment on it, sing her praises, show her how much we support her. There will be many who doubt her legitimacy, but her army watched her make history live. Do your queen proud. Comment, like, share, and raise her up. This is huge. Queen's Army, we march on. Shockingly, this worked, and asmongold...
I mean, shockingly, that does not work because he watches all this kind of stuff. Like, if you post a video on his subreddit and it gets very popular, he would not really question it for obvious reasons, right? Like, why would he question it? And bro, I didn't know about that Reddit part either. I thought it was just a random, like, not random post, but like someone posted it, and he just ended up like finding it and looking at it because that's what he usually does, bro. So it was just a Clout scheme, which again, it's not the extremely bad thing, right? I mean, it's like a known tactic, right, to get Clout and to get noticed by a big streamer, right? For obvious reasons. If you get noticed by a big streamer, you get big clout, you get big numbers, you get bigger numbers, stuff like that. So yeah, it's not like the worst thing ever, right? The Reddit thing, right? I get it, all right? I get it. But faking a run? Now, okay, now there's 2 people that have been questioning you. One on the first one, and now the second one with Carl Jobs too as well. Because I was a little bit like, all right, what's going on? He's talking about the first run, right? And I'm like, okay, we already talked about this. And she already did a second video. She kind of like probably disproved that, right? So that was like the problem me watching the first part and second part. That's why I wasn't really reacting on the first part as much. Because I was kind of like, okay, we already talked about this. So like, is there any new evidence within her second run? And here it is right here. Not only with a run, it was also with like the post as well, which I didn't think about, honestly, but it's a good tactic in general. But if you're faking a run, that's the worst thing you could do, man, because it's like, oh, aren't, like, anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna go. Let's play.
Did in fact watch it on stream and even posted a VOD of his reaction to his YouTube channel.
I mean, listen, is it really hard to believe that somebody couldn't pull this off after 4,000 kills? I bet this is real.
Oh, asmongold, you beautiful soul. You innocent, naive, ignorant, beautiful soul. This ended up backfiring, as now that the clip was somewhat popular, people who actually knew how to play the game saw the clip and instantly realized it was ridiculous. The gamer Juzzy would then post a video highlighting all of the ways the gameplay was obviously fake. asmongold would then react to this video, and ultimately he concluded that maybe she could see through the blindfold.
Right.
I think this is what the blindfold did. I think that it obscured 95% or 90% of her vision.
Yeah. See, okay. See, that's what that's what I was like the thing that came up with when I watched the first part and the second part. It's like her vision was kind of like this. You could kind of see it. So I wasn't crazy. Oh wait, no, wait. I saw the part in asmongold. No, I'm a fake guy. No, I'm fake, guys. Damn it. I should get canceled. No, I remember. I didn't come up with this. He did, and then it's like, okay, there we go.
Did not completely obscure it, which allowed her to use the tiny little pixels that, you know, equivalent of pixels.
I deserve to be canceled, guys.
That she can see.
Like
that are giving her indicators of where the boss is. So she sees the guy's arm and it's like this, and she knows, okay, well then the head's gonna be here.
asmongold, I think you might be onto something. World-class blindfolded speedrunner Bubsia would also chime in, also declaring that her run was faked. Queen Ponzelot would not take these criticisms lying down, nor would her moderators, accusing people who doubted her as just being incels who lived in their mother's basement. She uploaded a video claiming that she was the victim.
Okay, here's the thing, guys. When you wanna, I said this multiple times already, and I hope that people don't get annoyed by this. If you're gonna attack an argument, you never go into insulting. Once you insult someone, you lost the argument. Almost no matter what at that point. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, guys? When you're like having just a gaming argument, right? Like a gamer argument. You don't go insulting them. Just prove your point and prove what your side of the story kind of thing, and go with that. Don't go insulting people, because after you're talking ish about people, people are just gonna just. No matter, even if your argument later is like legit and good, people are just gonna like cancel that out because you're already insulting them. Like, why am I gonna hear you? You're already insulting me. What's the point about hearing your side of the story out now? Like, screw you. You know what I mean? Yeah, you should never attack somebody. Like, you should just attack the argument, not the person. And that's one, like, it's like a weird. Even the presidents do that. High school shit.
Victim of slander and malice. She was adamant that she really was Daredevil and really did possess superhuman hearing and the ability to know where she's looking based on nothing. She advertised an upcoming stream where she declared she was going to prove everyone wrong. When I saw this video and I saw how confident Queen Ponzelot and her army was in the face of these accusations, I started second-guessing myself. Could everything I know about human anatomy or blindfolded gaming be wrong? Could the thousands of gamers who have dedicated themselves to blindfolded speedruns have missed something so simple? Maybe it was possible to just use your ears and play like normal. Maybe everyone had been doing it wrong the entire time. I was ready to have my entire universe blown to pieces. Honestly, I thought she was going to back out, but just like she said, on the 14th of February, she went live. This time she had a new blindfold, but before she started playing, she wanted to prove that the blindfold she was using before wasn't transparent. She used a powerful torch to show that no light was getting through. But wait a minute, this blindfold isn't the same. She's changed it. This is what it was like before. Now it's been folded up, and you can even see the seam lines where she has obviously sewn it together, and
this is why I call Jobs the GOAT, man. This is why I call Jobs the GOAT. No, okay, even in the other video, nobody talked about about her blindfold too much, like this.
probably sewn some kind of material on the inside. The YouTuber Abisoft, who was there, asked her to unfold the blindfold, which is what it was like when she used it before, but she refused and timed him out from the chat.
So that's a no to the unfolded conspiracy test? And they got timed out. Okay. This guy. I mean, Carl Jobs, I apologize. I doubted you. Like, Queen Pants a lot, like, bamboozled me because I thought because again, I'm not a speedrunner, like whatever. And bro, yeah, that's big guilty energy right there, man. That does not help her case at all. Bro, like, are you serious, man? Like, are you serious? Like, really? Wow, I did not even see that. Okay, so she didn't want to do the unfolded conspiracy test. That doesn't make sense. If you okay, because the first video, I understand like if somebody asks that and then you're like whatever, it's like I don't know how to do it. But the second video, right? I mean, the first video she should have done it, but the second video when she said the whole point of the second video was to the whole point was to just approve prove that it was a full blindfold run. You should do everything that people ask you to do, especially when they're blindfolded, right? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you want me to do that? All right, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Boom, done. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be like, no, why would I have to do that? This video that you're making or stream, whatever, is all about proving that you actually blindfolded run legitimately. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of that video. So I don't understand why she's not doing that. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's the whole point of the video is to, prove that you did not, that you did a blindfold run. I don't understand that. It should have been like, fine, all right, I'll do it. I think I think if she had her hands up and admitted it straight away, and then this would have been such a non-issue. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, she doubled down and tripled down. It's like, yeah, I mean, there's people out there that just like, again, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I already gotta fix my camera, by the way. I can't find the red lighting no more for some reason. But here's the thing right now, guys. This could also work in her favor. This could be good clout for her. Hear me out. Hear me out. There's a lot of people we've seen that done this dumb stuff and make it out of live and made it actually bigger content creators sometimes. We've seen that happen before. So with all of this videos, you got Carl Jobs, asmongold, you got other YouTubers, you made a second video that got a lot of views, that got more likes and dislikes, let's be fair. And you all of this, right? And then you also had 314 viewers on your Twitch channel, which you could also be like averaging that. But I'm just saying, through all of that, she is gaining from that as of right now. Now you could say like in a month or so, all her clout's gonna die down. But I don't think she ever's gonna lose people. You know what I mean? No, I mean that's always a factor, but it's not like the main case. Like, here's the thing, and it's not a theory at this point. It's like a content creator has enough big enough following, no matter what you do, almost no matter what you do, I should say that. You will always have people watching you no matter what. We've seen that for countless of content creators, right? That done some bad things, but just still people still watch them, right? Right, like Logan Paul, KSI recently, it was kind of proven that he was scamming, but in an idiotic way, kind of thing. Boogie, DSP. What? No, not DSP. Sorry. What was that? Oh, the guy that always begs for money. Like, I don't know. Like, you get the, like, the point is, like, people still watch Miss Jones to this day. By the way, and he's been proven of being a big liar time again, and they still watch him to this day. I'm just that's what I'm trying to say. It's like it is what it is. Like if you're a big enough content creator, you will always have viewers backing you up no matter what you do. Like for me, if I do something bad, I'm gone next. I'm gone by the next day because I'm not a big content creator. I'm not a, I don't have an extremely big community, which is not like nothing wrong with that, right? But I'm just saying, like, I'm not a big content creator compared to other people. So it's like, yeah, most likely I will never grow at all because I did that one thing bad, which I didn't do anything bad, guys. I swear.
Even before doing this new attempt, she was gaslighting, avoiding questions, and banning people who were raising legitimate concerns. It's clear as day she is a very dishonest person who is willing to tamper with evidence and trick people. However, while she is a dirty liar and her pants are surely on fire, she is also a magician. Her most recent attempt was amazing. She went on to beat Alatreon again with a proper blindfold on, and with paper covering her screen.
Wait, what? The paper? That's the third one? That was the third run?
You did it! This hunt will go down in history.
It was so convincing that once again, the opinion of the most important
She did a third run with paper on her screen.
person in the world, Asmongold, had been changed.
But anyway, yeah, it looks like the Altreon blindfold kill was actually real. It did actually happen.
But does that mean she wasn't cheating? No, it doesn't. There were many obvious signs she was still cheating, and all of the issues with the vertical aiming still exist, and are even amplified to the extreme. Plus, there were some really bizarre things that were going on as well. But in order to do this most recent attempt justice, we are going to need an entire video, because this rabbit hole is deep. Queen Ponsalot thinks she is sneaky enough to get by me, but unfortunately for her, I see everything. So ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars for February 29, and we'll find out if Queen Ponsalot is a literal superhero who can do things no other human can, or if she's just a deceptive streamer lying to her fans and pulling off the oldest trick in the book once again. Stay tuned. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day.
We have to wait 9 days, man. Okay, so she did another run with paper in front of the screen. I'm gonna make this bigger for you guys, just so you guys can see. Alright, hold on. Alright, so this is the run. This is the run right here, guys.
You keep an eye on those horns. You should be able to figure out which elements are affected.
The camera's still weird, though. I think that's the one thing people are gonna be talking about is the camera. It is weird. I would say the camera is still weird. Like she's still, like, how does she? Is there not? Okay, I don't know a lot about Monster Hunter. Does the camera automatically move where the monster is? I'm just trying to ask, like, you know, like.
Elemental and abnormal status attacks are having no effect. I think he's got dragon blood.
That's what I'm saying. She's manually moving the camera where the monster is. That's the part that's weird. I think that throughout this run right now, it's just the camera. Like, okay, she's not looking at the camera. No, she's not. Okay, you see that? Okay. How does she know what the monster is? Out of everything I'm doing right now, how the hell is she cheating right now? She has a blank, like, paper right now, but the problem is that I'm looking at is the biggest problem is the camera. It's keep going back where the monster is. That's the biggest thing.
Addition to her regular cam. Faking a blindfolded run under these circumstances should be difficult, so how does it stand up to analysis? One of the first things she does is a proof check on the blindfold and shines a flashlight through it to show that no light is getting through. She even does this with the blindfold she used previously to prove that the first run was also legitimate. Something about this blindfold check smelled fishy to me, so let's go back and analyze the blindfold in the first run. You can see that as she's putting it on, there appears to be light from the background shining through, and if this doesn't convince you, let's look at another instance. You can clearly see that the blindfold is transparent, as not only can you see light coming through it, but also her hair on the other side of it, which brings us back to the blindfold test in the second stream. Here's a comparison of the blindfold thickness from both runs. In the first run, it was so large that it hung over her mouth, so she refolded the extra bit so it would sit on her nose, but not in front of her eyes. In the proof test, it's clear that the blindfold has been folded to be thicker so that light won't pass through it, and you can try this experiment for yourself. Take a shirt or other piece of material that's transparent and shine a light through it. Fold the material and repeat the test, and what you'll see as it gets thicker is less light shining through until it's blocked entirely. I wasn't content with how she performed the test, so I proof called her, and here was her response.
I did do it. Do I need to do it again?
This didn't sit well with me, so I asked again and explained why an unfolded check was important.
Oh, is that the one we got banned?
The material was transparent or not, and here was her reply.
The material, it does not have transparency.
Eventually, I was timed out for asking for a legitimate check of the blindfold's transparency, and it's safe to say why the unfolded light check wasn't performed, as it would have revealed the transparency we already knew about, which explains all of the head tracking and movement decisions.
Yeah, it looks
what about the second run? You'd think with all of the extra proof requirements that the second run couldn't possibly be cheated. However, these requirements only make it more difficult to cheat, not impossible. And this run is even more suspect than the original. There are multiple instances where the dragon's head is tracked perfectly with vertical movement, and this is just the
that's what I said. That's exactly what I said, bro. That's what he said. Like, it looks like a regular gameplay
of the iceberg. We'll dive into this in my next video on February 29th because there's so much wrong with it that it will take an entire video just to unpack. Thanks for watching. And
so he's also gonna do a Carl Jobs. It's a collab, I think. I think it's a collab video with Carl Jobs because it said also the 29th. Well, all right. We're done with this. I will edit the reaction video of like a little bit part of our gameplay and into this part, and I'll put both videos on the description below. Because holy, I can't believe there's so much to unpack on this, dude. Like, oh my god.